And like I said, you usually see him walking around. Half the time the bands get him up on stage, and he'll sit in with them. One day, this is a true story, one day I was driving on the freeway and I saw his number come up. I usually talk to his wife, and it was actually him on the phone. And I can't imitate his voice. I mean, it's very distinctive. Hey, mano, mano, mano. He goes, I want to give you a set of conga drums. He goes, you do so much. He goes, I want to give them to you. Not only did he give them to me, he delivered them. He brought them to my office himself, personally. And the man is just that way, very giving of himself. And that's why we decided, we awarded him a couple years ago. Carlos Santana was here to present him the award. He actually called us and said, can I give him the award? No problem. So we decided to create this award, Armando Peraza Award, for a person who is giving of their time and effort. These are behind the scenes people. The recipient of the award this year, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring him on stage, Arturo Riera. You know, I work with Arturo and I see him constantly. These are people that you don't see on stage until now. Arturo Riera has worked with the Latin Jazz, the Jazz Festival in San Jose. He worked with creating 9 years ago the Latin Jazz Youth Ensemble. Those kids, mostly high school kids, go on to have a career as musicians. One of their musicians this year received an anonymous donation of a full scholarship to whatever college he wants to go to. These are the type of musicians that Arturo and John Calloway and Arturo's wife Sylvia have created. They just finished recording their second CD, Generations. Arturo is also an LP rep in the area. Many musicians here use LP. Arturo is the first one to call me and ask me, Bern, do you need any instruments? Most of the instruments we use, we have to rent. Arturo lends them to us every show, every time. LP this year donated a set of congas that you see in the lobby in honor of Arturo Riera receiving the Armando Peraza Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Arturo Riera.
I'm humbled and honored, and thank you very much. If I could tell you a little story. I used to be sales manager at Sports Channel during the basketball and the baseball strikes. And imagine being the loneliest man in America, like the main tag repairman. But I was surrounded by people who were passionate about sports, and they still love coming to work every day. And I was miserable. So I took an inventory and I said, what do I really love to do? And I realized it was music and culture. So I went to El Encuentro del Canto Popular, and sitting next to my wife, I said, sweetheart, I think I'm going to start producing Latin jazz because I love this music so much. And I introduced myself to Bill Martinez sitting right there. And 4 days after I said that, we were meeting with Los Van Van in New York and brought 50 Cuban groups to the Bay Area over the course of 5 years. I learned a valuable lesson. Unless you own the house and the beer license, you're probably going to lose your shirt. And so I decided to apply those marketing skills and my love of music to support cultural organizations that were doing important things. And got to work with Linda Lucero as chairman of her board at Yerba Buena Gardens Festival. 100 free events a year. I hope you come between May and October. And I had the honor of working with Bruce Labadie from San Jose Jazz. 21 years with that organization. And through that process, I got to meet Martin Cohen. And I always say this, imagine you love to play golf and get to hang out with Tiger Woods. And in my case, I love to play and listen to Latin jazz. And I get to play with and hang out with the best artists in the world, including Armando Peraza, John Santos, and most of the gentlemen here on this stage. But my labor of love is with my wife and John Calloway, founding the Latin Jazz Youth Ensemble of San Francisco. And so I am so honored to be able to support passionate people who have a mission, as Bernie Gonzalez does, in raising funds for Hispanic autism. And I think he deserves a round of applause. And so on behalf of my family, like tonight they played Casa Riera with my son on flute, a song written about my family. I got to hear my son's tune played with some of the best Latin jazz artists in the world. Right now I'm the happiest man. So I want to thank all of you for supporting this organization. For those of you that go to all these events that I help produce, thank you for supporting Latin jazz. And to all of you that are in a relationship with young people, culture is not about sitting in the audience and watching people. Latin culture is all, I call it a contact sport. You got to dance, you got to get involved, and you got to move. So I urge you all, if you have young people in your life, next time, bring them along and share our beautiful culture with us, with them, so that 20 years from now, 40 years from now, 60 years from now, people love this music as much as we do and continue to play it. So thank you all for supporting this organization. Thank you to my musical collaborators and basically my family for allowing me to have so much fun. I mean, I should be giving these guys an award for letting me do all this stuff. So thank you very much. It says the Armando Peraza Award. What an honor.